started with praise. I think we have enough people here that we can. I don't see any new faces, so I'm going to assume you all know how to play the praise game. And don't forget to type it in the channel. There's also a really cool guide here on what makes good praise, trying to cultivate this like culture of praise within our community. And it's really helpful for quantifiers if you're specific and you express the value or the impact that the action created whenever you are typing it out. So I'll go ahead and get us started. I want to praise Almond. She is like such a great support and teammate. She's always like super reliable, accountable, supportive, really proactive and positive. Like just creating this, you ask her, she says she's going to do something and she does it. She just like magically created this campaign planner in Notion. She's been helping me hack through this onboarding guide for the ambassadors and just like always bringing great ideas to the table and taking any necessary steps to make sure that they get implemented. I want to praise Mohammed, Mitch, Sam, and Vivi for the ongoing efforts to improve and automate the givebacks process. And I want to praise Serbi for just like having such proactive energy and great ideas, being open and flexible yet persistent when it comes to launching like new campaigns and efforts and finding new directions and angles that we hadn't quite thought of yet. So that's really cool. And that's my 3 for this week. And I will pass it to Freshelle.
Thank you. I'd like to praise Nico for handling all the reminders, gathering feedback, and managing all the buddy review calls that people will have in the near future. And I want to praise the DAOPS team for a great and productive sync call today. I'm so excited, and I'm also thankful for all the support you're giving me. And I want to give major praise to Kai for giving us a preview of the buddy bot. I'm so excited for it. And I'll pass it to Jake.
Good evening. I am battling a little bit of a body ache bug today, so I feel like I'm going to let everybody down and myself because I'm not really bringing the funk today. So I'm going to go ahead and praise Ash. It seems like you are everywhere doing AMAs, events, like even events you don't know about. Ashley's putting them together. So it's incredible what you're doing, Ash. I don't know how you find time to even fly. Mitch, really, really good work this week with creating Libya, Morocco. If there's a natural disaster, Mitch is on it and he's doing what he can do to fundraise for it. Really well done, much deserved. And lastly, my buddy here, Pedro, he's working really hard for the fundraising team. He put together a digital garden survey. So if you're on the fundraising, even if you're not on the fundraising, take that because it's going to help us build a better platform to kind of track our grants and our fundraising activities. So with that being said, I'm going to lay down and pass it to Tawson.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I want to praise Mitch in particular. He's been such a delight to work with and for giving very insightful feedbacks to super fluid integration. I want to praise Mo. He's a great design partner and he's always a very great person to work with. And I want to praise Ashley for leading the call and for, picking up the slack wherever possible. I'll pass it to, let's see, Franco. Have you gone?
Thank you, Tosin. Yeah, this week I'd like to praise, well, first of all, Mitch, who's been like on top of the getting donation for the relief efforts for all these disasters that are happening. Like it seems like there's like one every week and it just feels overwhelming. But you see Mitch there making an effort, and that's really important. Thank you, Mitch. I want to praise Freshelle for posting on the forum about like clarifying all the categories and Clockify that sometimes can be a little bit like confusing, but yeah, it was great work. And I want to praise also Ashley just for being, like Jake said, everywhere, just like doing ambassadors, like facilitating this call, doing the get back distribution, just like everything that you do, Ashley. And I'll pass it over to, let's see, Suga.
Thanks, Franco. Excuse me. Hi, everybody. I'd like to praise Serbi for patience and clarity working with me. And Steve praise to Steve for his big efforts in the SEO landing pages, and also, those praises also extend, of course, to Ahmad and Almond and Marco and other people in working on those as well, and Ashley. And then also, I want to praise Mitch for those spontaneous efforts for the catastrophes. And I want to praise everybody because I'm having an extremely terrible day, and I'm just glad to see y'all. And I'm going to pass it to Almond.
Thank you, Zuga. Sending love to you and a lot of good energy. I want to praise you and Surbi and Ahmad and Steve and all the team that has been working really hard on the SEO landing pages and figuring out the best way to move forward with this kind of like new effort. I want to praise Keshav for doing great frames and designs for Giveth videos. And I want to praise Aljean for helping manage Instagram and for following up on Instagram and Facebook with content. And I'll pass it to Mitch. Mitch.
I just walked away to grab my coffee, but it's okay. I came back. I want to praise Sorbi for coming to me with this really great initiative of just like making disaster relief campaigns as Giveth projects, and helping me just like get that out really quickly and live on Giveth. And Ashley, of course, for like responding and listing them and verifying them super fast. And I want to praise Tossin, because Tossin is such a pleasure to work with. Right back at you, buddy, on the super fluid designs. Just like constantly iterating on feedback and listening and like focused and making improvements. And I want to praise the dev team. So Carlos, Mohammed, Ramin, Amin, Charik, Ali Reza. I'm probably missing one. But anyway, praise all those guys because they and coming together and just like really focusing on like delivering things on time and coordinating very well. And last one goes to Kai for giving us V1 of a buddy system helper bot, which looks super cool and should help make Frischelle and Nico's lives a lot better. And with that, I'll pass it on to Blanca.
Thank you, Mitch. I already wrote my praise, but I am going to read it. I want to praise you for taking time to exercise. It's super hard to find time to exercise when we have so much work and so many things going on. I also want to praise Jake for hosting the fundraising call on Mondays. I can't say how much that has supported the sustainability of Gravity. Really thank you. And all the team fundraising. And I also want to praise Suga for joining the community call even when not feeling 100%. You're strong and we support you, and we all live different challenges, so it's normal. And we support you. And I'll pass it to Kai.
Hey. I want to praise Moshe Hub. He did so many things in the last time. Recently, the Give Power bot, which was amazing deployment, and in general, the way he shaped our deployments is so nice for me to work with now. Really great. I also want to praise Nicolas for getting into our stack. Nicolas is helping the DevOps, is our new contributor, and he is learning everything about Giveth, and it's very nice to work with him. And I also want to praise back Mitch and also Nicola and Frischelle for their welcoming and always amazing DAO Ops session. I really like to be a guest there. I'm not sure who needs to still go. Maybe Santi?
Santi can't speak right now, but yeah, Sorby. if she can find the mute button. Sorbi, did you want to go?
And you will be going. Okay, sorry. Yes, I would like to praise Suga. I had a wonderful working session with her. She was available and she's always available, impromptu at a very short notice. And loved working with her live. She thinks on the feet and just it's very it just pumps you up. So it was great. Then I would like to praise Mitch. He kind of reminds me why I love Giveth in the first place, why the vision and the mission really resonates with me. Whenever there is any disaster, he just steps up, and it's very encouraging, and he just made these amazing projects. So I would like to praise him. And I would like to praise Ashley and Almond for organizing and setting up this marketing campaigns call. It brings a lot of clarity, which was long overdue. So thank you for that. Um, who else is spending? I think everyone is gone, right?
I think we're just missing Christina.
Yeah, I want to praise Almond for being patient with my scattered attempts to support comms. I actually found the button to open up the channels. And praise just this amazing community. When I saw the efforts for the disaster relief, just really moving.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to, I hope that this approach to the works better this time and we can funnel some good funds towards the efforts. Okay, I think that's everybody. I hope I didn't miss somebody. If I did, just yell at me. But I think we can go ahead and jump into community call. It's number 179 today, September 14th. And yeah, that's a lot, you guys. We've had a lot of community calls thus far. I don't see us stopping anytime soon, though. And so we have some announcements. As you heard in a lot of people's check-ins, Giveth is fundraising for natural disasters. Here's the 2 different projects that we set up, and we'll be collecting funds here while we are looking to partner with orgs on the ground. So if you have any connections with any like grassroots movements or organizations in these local areas that are working to help bring relief to Morocco or for Libya, please put us in touch with them so we can work out how we can get the funds. But in the meantime, we're going to be collecting funds in these 2 projects so we can just start fundraising for these efforts right away rather than waiting to onboard projects. Yeah, so if you haven't had a chance, please support and share them on your social media. And if you have any ideas on how we can promote these campaigns or anything, get in touch with Almond and maybe we can plan some promotional. Then also it was on here last week, but I'll just say it again that Dev Connect planning has started. We're meeting on Wednesdays and the dates are final for accommodation November 6th through the 20th. So if you're going to be there, want to get involved, come meet us on Wednesdays and we'll talk more stuff about Dev Connect. And with that, I will start the working group updates or chapter working group updates and pass it to Almond for communications updates.
Thanks, Ashley. So Giveth is live in Talent Protocol, so I wanted to take some time and invite you all to join. Here's the link. I'm going to put it on the chat, or Ashley, can you put it on the chat, please? I think it would be easier. Talent Protocol is this network that's closed right now, so you need a link to join and create a profile. Basically, there's companies or organizations, and then there's people, builders, and the idea is to build a network where all the members can commit to future goals, to share your progress, and to find the support that you need for your career or for your intention to succeed. And Talent Protocol for me is kind of like the Web3 LinkedIn, but it's nice. It has a nice UX, UI, and also if you know someone that could be interested, they are going to be giving away some scholarships for Istanbul. So join with the link and automatically you will be joining Giveth Collective. So that's how they call the communities in Talent Protocol. And complete your profile. Add a nice picture, add your bio, etc. So that's the main thing. And then I wanted to share that Giveth podcasts are out. So we already finished what we planned for these two efforts. The first one in Spanish, Aprendamos Refi podcast, with Kotabe. Honestly, Kotabe did a great job. I would like to encourage him to keep going with this, maybe as a personal effort. So check that out. And then also we finished 2 seasons of the GM podcast. So this is a podcast hosted by Griff. And you know, Griff, he has a great personality, great charisma, and we were talking with awesome people about really cool topics that you don't easily find out there. So check them out. They're very interesting topics and guests out there. So that's done. And then yeah, we have new campaigns cooking. We're preparing our first Giving Tuesday. So if you have ideas, please reach out. As Ashley was mentioning, we are working as well in new campaigns. I don't know if Ashley mentioned this, but if not, I'll mention we are working on more campaigns that are coming soon. And then lastly, I'll not repeat the relief efforts. I'll just invite the community if you want to support or if you have the capacity to support this effort in some way. I would say that the best way is to reach out to Mitch, and then he will guide you on what's missing with this effort. And that's it for me. I'll pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Almond. Yeah, let's jump into Communitas. Okay, I think everybody here knows about the weekly AMA. If not, it's in the event calendar. You can find it there. And our next bi-weekly working group sync call will be happening on the 19th, so next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Costa Rica time, 5 p.m. Central European time. Join us there for finding more about Communitas efforts and updates. But I'll give you a quick overview here. We've got 4 main efforts right now going on in Communitas. The Ambassador Program, Season 2, will be 50% complete as of today. So that's really exciting. We still have a lot of ambassadors engaged, even halfway through. And now it's like their learning process is kind of coming to a culmination. And now they'll start putting those skills to use and onboarding some projects here coming up. So look out for new projects being brought on by ambassadors. And we've got Meet the Giveth Makers. We had a session in September 6th. Yeah. And then the next one, it looks like, will be October 4th. You can RSVP here. You can see the past sessions on the YouTube channel. And so we're starting project outreach for this October session, doing some researching on storytelling strategy, brainstorming different campaign initiatives, and collecting like project interview videos. So expect some more storytelling coming out of Meet the Giveth Makers. And we had a really cool turnout last time, and some donations made, and seeing some like actual output coming out from the efforts being put in. So that's really rewarding. Come join us on the next one, October 4th. And this is kind of what Almond was just talking about with the same growth and marketing campaigns. I put an egg because we're kind of in the egg stage, just like incubating ideas for these ongoing campaigns, like behind the scenes, project progress, donor spotlight, these types of efforts, etc. So yeah, we're working on getting them ready to hatch some efforts there. And the Giving Tuesday is the first one that we'll be putting a lot of effort into. The Telegram thing, we still have this test group Telegram and still working on testing different options. Maya is still out on vacation, so when she comes back, she's going to be like jumping in to be the moderator of this group and kind of like help us to own it. So before it goes public, we just want to have some moderation and like bots and stuff in line. And still haven't found out who owns this Telegram group, so I assume it's not affiliated with Giveth, but I just wanted to leave it here one more week and see if if we get any information if anybody knows who owns this group. I don't think that it's really affiliated with Giveth. I think it's a fraud. We've got our idea corner up here in the top as normal. More community spotlights. We're really like empty on community spotlights. So if you know of any communities, get them in there. We could do Twitter Spaces and other Giveth Essential sessions if the community wants. So you can always add ideas there. And that's what I've got for this week for Communitas. So I'll pass it off to Dap.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about here. We got our weekly sprint planning and grooming calls that happens at 4:30 p.m. Central European. I believe that's 8:30 a.m. Mexico time. Yeah, and a few just bullet point updates. I can go on the next slide. I'm digging up some old memes from some good ones there. What's the latest and greatest? Well, we're still working on the multi-sig stuff, so allowing people with Gnosis safes to actually use Giveth very easily. The issue is like with having people to log in with their profiles and all this stuff. It's kind of something that's not really been done yet with a lot of decentralized applications. So Carlos and Mateo are working on that, and we're making some really, really good progress this week and hopefully next week as well. Fixing some stuff on iPhones. iPhones are having this crazy problem where they couldn't show up the project page. So fixing the little pop-ups and stuff that happen on there on mobile. Cherrick is back. Cherrick was gone for like 2 weeks. He had eye surgery. He's still kind of there. I think he still has some trouble looking at screens, but he shows up to the calls and, you know. So Cherrick and Ali Reza are working on integrating this thing called WAGME, which will change drastically the way that people can connect to Giveth DApp and allow them to do it natively on their mobile browsers without having to load it up in some sort of crazy MetaMask browser or something. So they're working on that, and hopefully it'll be done in a week and a half. The comms team with Marco, Surbi, Suga, and Marco are working on the homepage design improvements. Suga's, I think she's done the first copy or nearly done the first copy of like some of the improvements based on Surbi's suggestions. And then Marco will start drafting the first draft design of our new homepage rearrangement look. Super fluid, again, from Tossin and I's praise. We're really doing some focused, great work on the superfluid designs, and I'd say those are about 80% done. We're exploring trying to cut segment out of our process for sending emails and tracking analytics and all that stuff because it's very expensive and it doesn't really work all the time. So we're looking at using Autopilot/Ordo APIs to actually directly send emails from our app. Mary Jaff is still working on moving our test cases from like crazy Google spreadsheets into like a nice, beautiful Notion page. So she's working on that. I think it's just about done. And Ramin worked on an issue. You ever had that moment where you're making a Giveth project and you go and you maybe you switch your account on your wallet or you accidentally click close and you lose all of the information, like all of the stuff they entered, the images, the description of your project, it's just gone poof, and you have to restart over. So Ramin made a fix so that like that will no longer happen. So all of your information is saved locally in your browser. So when you go back to create your project, you can pick up where you left off, and then you can submit it from there. So we fixed that, and hopefully that'll be pushed to Giveth production with the next release. Cool. Well, that's it. That's what's happening for me. And the next one is Give Economy, right? I don't know. Lauren's here. Maybe she's not here. I'm tired of doing her slides. So I didn't write any updates into the Give Economy. The only thing I can say is that I know Mateo has fixed lots of the issues on the CalSwap integration, and we might be having a test party asynchronously. Maybe he's going to organize something. Not clear yet. So that's all I can say for the Give Economy. I don't know when the calls are going to come back because just waiting on Lauren.
Ooh, one update on that one is CowSwap is async, and if you want to test it, go to the Give Economy channel. All the information can be found there. Muting myself again.
All right, then shall we pass it off to design? Is that you today, Tosin?
Yes, sorry, having trouble finding the mute button. Okay, so on the design end, we're just working on superfluid integration. I've been getting feedbacks from Mitch, and I think we're making good progress. So basically, we are just trying to implement. We're trying to make both the technical feasibility to the design needs and trying to make things easier for all users to actually, you know, have access to basically interact with Superfluid and have an easier way of donating, frequently, recurring donation to Giveth. So I think that's just what we're working on the design end for this week. Pass to you, Mitch, for that working.
Everybody wants to hear from Mitch. Yeah.
Sorry, freaking Walmart. But hey, do you wanna? We don't have any oat milk. Can we bring you some soy milk? I'm like, oh my god, these guys. Don't they know I have a call? Yeah, Walmart. They deliver now. Cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, DAO-ops. Yeah, so we just had a call this last hour. We have biweekly calls. The hour before this community call. And we have a governance call that happens weekly, open for everybody to join. Please join. Please hang out and let's. But that happens on Mondays at 9:30 a.m. Costa Rica / Mexico time, and that's 5:30 p.m. Central European. And we got some updates because we just had a really great call after this. So on the next slide. Some updates. So yeah, just another week left on the Q2 NR Give distribution. Once that's finished, I will start working on the vesting distribution for all of these NR Give holders. We just had a call from the DAO. So some updates is Nicola is just about finished this leadership review forum and also an agreement for leaders. So those are almost finished. We're just waiting for Heather to get back from vacation, give it the last look, and then we'll be publishing a forum post for everybody to check it out, leave some comments, make sure they're cool. Other thing there is Fischel has been putting together the budget tracking for all of the working groups. So soon we'll have like some rough numbers that working group leaders can use to estimate how much of their estimated budget have they used based on the actual expenses that we've been gathering through the use of Clockify. And then the last big update is BuddyBot. I did a really awesome demo of this BuddyBot. It's like a Discord bot that helps like automate scheduling buddy sessions, and also this interesting feature he was proposing of like randomly pairing buddies. So like, Ashley could get randomly paired with Jake or something, and then you have like a new person to talk to for an hour. And then also automating the process of like reminding people to give you feedback and all this stuff. So it's not like Nico running around like a madman DMing people, reminding them to do their stuff. So that was really, really cool. V1, we're going to test it out and leave some feedback and see how we can improve it. But it's a really, really cool to see it actually happening. Some forum posts. So there's a conference with a 3 in there, conference. Looks like they have a conference happening somewhere in Germany, Dortmund. Am I wrong? Is that in Germany? I don't know. It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Geography. So yeah, there's the proposing here. They're looking for some sort of sponsorship for this conference they're throwing, and it's open for feedback. I don't know if we're going to go for this, considering that we have, it's in May of 2024. Very well planned. So that's up there. Then there's another thing, also with a 3 in the name, per 3 cents Web3 ad network proposal. Apparently they came and talked to us a couple weeks ago in the community call. And so it's like a decentralized ad network, which I think it looks interesting. I left a comment there because I couldn't, there's no website for me to check out. So yeah, I want to know more about this. If there's like a website, and we're just waiting for them to respond. But yeah, so there's those 2 things up there, kind of like external proposals to Giveth. There's another one here that Freshell put up. And so this is kind of like maybe giving some transparency on this whole Clockify process. If you're not in Giveth, people who are usually doing like regular part-time to full-time work for Giveth, we use Clockify to just help us budget our working groups. So yeah, just a forum post there. People have any concerns, or if they're questioning how the process actually works, just having a space for a discussion on that. So that's up there, open for comment. If you have any questions or concerns, this is the place to put them. And the last thing I want to make sure that we don't forget about, because it's a cool idea, is the Giveth ETH staking. So this is, they also came, I think they're ETH staker, Stakewise, yeah, came to talk to us about building some sort of like liquid staking program that allows us to like send the yield to like a different place. So it's like a really, really cool thing that we've actually been looking at doing for a while, and they have like a technical solution like ready made for us. So this is a really, really cool proposal, and I just don't want it to get lost. So if you have some time, check out the Giveth ETH staking proposal from Stakewise. It looks really, really cool. I like it a lot, but too much for me to handle right now. Cool. And that's it for the forum. There's some stuff in token log here. Ashley's going to pull it open. This chain to actually like vote things that you want to see get built.
You got stuck.
It got stuck. What happened? You guys hear me okay? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Yeah, so this I don't know where you lost me, but this allows you to use your Give tokens on Gnosis chain and upvote the features that you want to get built. So you can see there's a bunch of stuff here like multi-sig compatibility and building APIs and analytics dashboards and all that stuff. So you can use your Give tokens, you can upvote these things, and then when we start doing our feature planning, we use this as like a guide to see in what order we should build things and what do people actually want us to do. So yeah, get in there and vote if you feel inspired. And back to the slides, Ashley. Yeah. And next one. Now service announcements, some forums. If you're going to be having a buddy call, or if somebody's asked you to give them feedback, or you just want to give somebody feedback, use this contributor feedback form here anytime, but especially if they have a buddy call up and coming, it's super useful to fill out this form. If you're having the buddy call, you should fill out a self-review form. I'm having a call with Kai tomorrow, and I still need to do that form. So thank you to myself for the reminder. Self-review form. So fill that out. Give yourself some feedback and some feedback to Giveth as an organization. Gravity support request. If you have a conflict with somebody within Giveth, use this form. and we could bring it to gravity. Nicola is like kind of our gravity champion within Giveth, and then we can actually work out like a way to have a successful conflict resolution within Giveth. Quickly here, we're hiring. There's some jobs available on our recruiting portal, and if you help us find a CTO, you'll get 100,000 Give tokens for a successful hire. Time off. I had to make, you can see this thing, I had a whole new column because I thought everybody would take the time off during the summer, but now it's like, it's not summer and people are just out of here. So Griff, Lauren, and Danny are in various stages of like here or not here. I don't know, Burning Man's over, but I haven't really seen them come back yet. So I don't know when they're coming back, but I hope they do come back. I know they're alive, so that's comforting. Quatabe is out tomorrow. Yeah. No need to flex, Wonka. In Barranquilla. Heather is out until tomorrow. Mohammed is gone next week. Monique is out for the rest of this week and weekend. Charik is still kind of here. His eyes are recovering still, so he can't look at screens too much during the day. Amin is gone. He is leaving, and that will happen on September 20th. Mateo and Carlos are out October 30th to November 8th. Ramin is gone until the 20th. Yas is gone till the 26th. Maya is back on Monday. Nico is out until the 21st. And Ashley's gone on the 18th. Mary Jaff is out 16, 17. Franco is gone 23rd to October 5th. And Moshahab is taking a day off on September 17th. So just be aware. A lot of people out, so if you're expecting responses from people, just have a look here or in the team availability channel. And if you're taking time off, please let us know as soon as you know in that team availability channel, and just keep everyone in the loop if you're taking time off. Okay, cool. That's all I got. I'll pass it on to fundraising.
Wow, that was a mouthful, Mitch. Putting the fun in fundraising. We meet at 6 p.m. every Monday. Some on this call have said it's their favorite call of the week. So come one, come all. Maybe it might be your favorite call of the year. That would also be, I think, high noon for all my friends in Sandwich, New Hampshire. Moving on, our biggest pushes will be coming up. Retro PGF round 3 is going to be happening. Applications start September 19th. Optimism is something that has been leading the way for the fundraising team. So get your applications in. Everybody should do it. ENS has some small grants that we're going to be looking at. Also, kind of some repeats. Polygon, we had a really nice update this past week, looking very favorable for Giveth there. The other ones have been kind of repeated as well. Mantle, Safe, Ripple, Octant, Radar, etc., etc. Some of our nice wins, still basically the same as last week at this point. Gitcoin did well. Solana Superfluid is integrating. We have a Swiss entity, Fondue for everyone. And ETC and Cello have KYCs that are being finalized. Opportunities that we're looking at is fundraising as a service, kind of changing our notion for uploading grants as everybody seems to get bogged down with it, and we need to find something a little bit more user friendly and makes fundraising that much more fun. And then we might be looking at going back and bringing in some region farming again. So that's thoughts that we have over at the fundraising squad. Hope to see you there on Mondays. Passing it back to you, Ash.
Thanks, Jake. We still got one more to go this week. I think Franco's got some updates for the rewards team.
Yes. Rewards working group. We meet sometimes on Mondays at 4 p.m. CET, 8 a.m. Costa Rica time. And we got some updates this week. So we have the round 28 out this week. It's out on the forum for review. it already passed the review, so right now it's for voting on the rewards DAO. You can check the forum with some information about this period. The period corresponded to the first 2 weeks of August. And for the first time, this is a new one. For the first time ever, this distribution was sent out 100% to all of the addresses. Like sometimes, like we have praise that go to unregistered users or users that haven't activated their account. But this time, like for the first time, it was surprising. Like everybody got their Give tokens rewards, which is a good news. So yeah, the votes are out in the rewards DAO. So if you're a GRD token holder, you can go and vote there so we can pass the distribution. And then tomorrow it will be available in the Give stream once it's passed. And we have some stats about this last round. So the highest score praise for the first 2 weeks of August, actually, it was bringing in revenue through their services provided to General Magic last month. Here I have Ali Reza Mohammed, but I know they're not the only ones. Like the top 10 praise scores, like there was a lot of like repeated usernames with the same praise. So apparently, like I remember seeing the compensation thing on the forum last month, and apparently like the people working for General Magic brought a lot of revenue, and we consider that is important. Bringing revenue is always important to Giveth. So kudos for that, guys. And we have some statistics. 223 praises were given during those 2 weeks. That is 14% less than last year, with a total score of 6,600. We have our top 3 gratitude givers, who were Mitch, Jake, obviously our best praiser ever, and Lauren, and the top praise receiver, who was Mitch, because he's always doing everything. So praise you, Mitch, for being our champion here. And what else is up? There's nothing much happening. We are quantifying. We're finishing the quantification for the last 2 weeks of August. This finishes Friday? No, well, Saturday. But yeah, you should be finishing if you're a quantifier. Please get on quantification there. And well, welcoming Danny once again after Burning Man. So I know that she's alive. I got a message. And apparently she's coming back like soon to work. So next week, hopefully we have her back after having her in Burning Man for such a long time. And yeah, just that's it. If you want to become a quantifier, make sure to contact me. We always are welcoming new quantifiers to the team. It's a fun activity. And yeah, don't forget to praise. It always converts into Give tokens. So yeah, that's it. Give it back to you, Ash.
Thanks, Branko. It's cool to see some numbers. I love whenever you have a slide. Well, that's all we have for updates for Giveth community, but we do have a community spotlight this week. We will be hearing from Eventflare. Is that you, Mila? Welcome.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you virtually. So I'll just give you a little insight about what Eventflare does. So we are basically a 360 degrees community events online platform. Basically we handle, when I say 360, is that we handle everything from like scouting venues, booking the venues, accommodation, organization, like before the event, during the event, and after the event. And we are like an international sort of like event agency. But what we specialize in is community events, especially like crypto events. And actually the arm that specializes on crypto events is called CH3. There's the link to the CH3 Instagram on that slide. So if you guys after want to take a look at the different pictures of our different events, you can see the variety. So basically right now, as of today, we're live in 23 different cities. A lot of them in Europe, some of them in Latin America, Now we're working on very cool projects in Istanbul. We're very excited about that. And basically, yeah, so that's our website. So basically, in one platform, you can book your entire event in one place. We have a lot of, so as I said, we work in 23 different cities. So we really pride ourselves in having that local knowledge on every single city. We have event experts all around the world that can help you. I mean, no matter what size of the event it is, from private dinners to conferences to hackathons to networking parties. We've done it all. Even if we haven't done it, or even if we are not live in a certain city, we love a challenge. So we have clients that have told us, like, for example, in Singapore, we weren't live before, and now we did some events there. So we love a challenge. We are not afraid to jump around the world and just hit new locations and expand our team internationally. And we also specialize, or in our website, you can see how we list different venues. So that is also our specialty. We are about finding that unique venue that is not going to be ordinary. We believe that part of the amazing experience is a location. And honestly, so far, I think we've worked with great companies. We've done a lot of great events. In terms of our like crypto portfolio, in the last couple of years, we've worked with ETH Foundation, Polygon, Avalanche, Polkadot, and more. 2 months ago, is it? This year went by so fast. But for Paris, ECC Paris, we did about like 20 side events. During that week, we did Polkadot, had Manta Network, like a lot of different things, and from all sizes, all kinds of events. And I think something that's very important for us is also to give that local touch. For example, I don't know, for DevCon Bogota, we worked with Ripe, and we really like to give the event some of that local touch. For example, in Colombia, it's very, like, culture is very common to drink a lot of like fresh squeezed juice, and that actually aligned with the name of the brand, Ripe. So we had like a buffet of ripe exotic South American fruit. We also gave, for example, just small, fresh pressed juice before the event. Also, Bogota is a city that experiences a lot of rain. So we had these like bright yellow umbrellas that we gave out to everyone. And that actually was a very cool brand activation because it gave us the opportunity to create a lot of cool content visually for the company as well. But yeah, so I think that's Eventflare slash CH3 in a nutshell. We work fully remote, we're fully international. And yeah, I mean, we're honestly growing a lot, and we are, I mean, for us, the most important thing is out of the ordinary experiences. And I think everyone that works with us, it's like, even like personality wise, what we strive for, like, you can see that throughout the company as well. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Wondering, like, because I know that I'm talking to one of someone from Eventflare, and I wanted to like bring you here so we can know a little bit more about Eventflare. And what we're looking is like to coordinate a retreat. Have you ever done a retreat for any other companies before?
Yeah, so we've done like smaller retreats and also bigger retreats. A lot of the retreats actually we've done have been in Lisbon. Just, I mean, I think in a lot of cases, a lot of people look for the ocean, and just kind of, we've done retreats at like beach clubs. We've done like even at like a golf resort. We've done a lot of different kind of things. Actually, we are on the works of planning some like a retreat for a company in Southeast Asia. And like, this is actually, I think, a great example because one of the countries, I mean, we're still scouting venues, so we haven't decided exactly in which country in Southeast Asia will be, but like something that's we're thinking about right now is Indonesia. And this is a good example because, I mean, Indonesia is not a market, is not a country that you can see in our website. But if the client expressed the curiosity or the want to go to this part of the world, so actually we've scouted venues. We have some, like, a small team that can help us there. But yeah, so we have done quite a few company retreats. Some of them have been more like, for example, even a VIP retreat. Some of them have been more company wide. And we've done a lot of different styles. Um, Eventflare not only works with crypto companies, it's just like a corporate events in general, but as part of CH3, we have done them for some crypto companies. And also, I mean, we also have as a company retreat every year, and they are very fun. So I think it's organizing retreats. I think it can be one of the most exciting parts, just because that is where the creativity really gets to be like unleashed. Of course. Any other question?
I made a question in the chat that if a community doesn't want to cede all the control of the event but desires some consultation, is that also provided? Can also that be provided?
Yes. So we have different packages. For example, in the past, we've done even just like scouting for venues. Sometimes if you want, some companies actually also want our help just booking. So honestly, we can focus on any specific part of the whole event journey you need help with, and we can customize that to a specific need.
Well, this is cool. It's really interesting to get kind of like an insider's perspective, because I know Franco's been talking and maybe working with somebody to get some assistance with some stuff in Dev Connect in Istanbul. We're going to have a retreat there, so it's cool to kind of like see what you guys do and everything. So thanks for coming and sharing.
Of course. And for us, it's very important that, I think a lot of us that are in Eventflare have a passion for travel. So we really like to highlight that local experience and local knowledge, because I think what makes also an experience more impactful is when you also give it a touch of like the traditional customs and the like great cultures of the country you're traveling in. For example, right now in Istanbul, we're doing quite a few events, and a lot of the local experiences we're offering are just even like amazing street food tours, Ottoman food tours. We're also doing like wellness and well-being experiences. Turkey in general has amazing things to offer, and what a country like Turkey has to offer is way different than Colombia. So we really we love having local people there that can really highlight that unique experience of every country and city as well.
I have two other questions. And how do you organize and coordinate? Like, what is the structure of the organization? Is it a DAO or a regular enterprise? And also, yeah, like how do you do to coordinate and have presence in so many countries? It's super interesting.
Yes. So actually, in terms of coordinating, so we have like a core team of, like, for example, we have like a production team, we have then more of like a booking team. So it really depends on what team you work with, depending on your needs. But at the same time, for example, for our most important markets right now, like Istanbul is very big, Paris is big, Bogota is big. So we actually hire local people that are there. In some other cases, we do have also people that maybe, I think a lot of the people actually that work at Eventflare are kind of like digital nomads in a way. So like we do have people that have not only lived, like, for example, in Istanbul maybe like 5 years, now they live in Madrid, but we also have a team actually in Istanbul. So like everyone in the team has more of a cultural knowledge, but when a market is very important, we make sure we also hire locally. Also, before, for example, such an important conference like Dev Connect, a lot of us have already been to Istanbul to scout the ones that aren't from there, to really get the feel of the city, experience venues firsthand, experience every single like activity we are offering firsthand. That's also very important to us. So we also, even though some of us might not be locally from there, we work with locals and we learn firsthand what the country has to offer in the city. And yes, we do receive crypto payments. And I mean, you can pay in crypto, you can pay just honestly however you want. We have a lot of different options. And your last question, I think it was what kind of company we are. So I'd say we're more like a regular, we're not like DAO. But yeah, I think those were all your questions. I'm not sure if I missed something.
Yeah, I think that was all the questions, unless I also missed something, but I realize we are coming up to the top of the hour, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time, and I want to thank you again for coming and explaining all the ins and outs of how Eventflare works, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of your team soon and figuring out some fun activities that we can do or accommodation that we can find. I know Franco's on it. I trust him.
Yes, we're here to help. So.
Thanks so much, Mela.
Nice to meet you all. Have a good one.
Thanks everybody for coming to the call today. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.